Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate the support. 33, man. 33 years of prison stories. We out here. We rolling. We rolling. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the support. Let's get it. 2023, 100K on the way. Let's go. Let's go, man. I think we're at 77 and some change. Let's get it, man. I appreciate all the love. Today, man, I wanted to chop it up with y'all about, man, because we just had this conversation. I just had this conversation yesterday with Catchboard, so I figured I had a conversation with y'all, TBP. But, man, this phone situation in prison, man. Man, oh, how it has changed since I have left. And I say that because of what I see on social media, man. When I see these dudes, man, that's posting all these videos and stuff on social media, you know, with the phone and everybody all in the background and they, you know, beating and rapping and, you know, acting like they partying. I done seen dudes on there with, man, I seen dudes on there with cooking shows, and I seen dudes on there with go live every, like I go live every Saturday, they go live every night, and I'm like, where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? Because when I was in there, man, and when I had the phone and was dealing with the phone situation, man, it was a touch and go situation, man. I mean, like, super duper paranoid because, you know, I'm on a major institution. So if you get caught with a phone on a major institution, man, it is a major violation, man. And they're going to shut the whole compound down and shake the whole compound down, searching and see if there's more phones on there. As I've told y'all before, man, a phone is the #1 breach of security in a prison facility. Why? In my opinion, because a phone gives the outside world the opportunity to see what's going on the inside of a prison. This is something that most people would never see unless they are actually in prison. So no administration that I ever been around or been on want that exposed. They don't want that out there to the public. You know, they want y'all to feel like we live in a certain way and this is how prison is, and, you know, to always have y'all have that illusion about what prison is like instead of having the actual factual facts when you can see some of these things, you know. And I think that's why prison is the biggest, I mean, the phone is the biggest threat to prison, you know, because you can expose a lot of things that's going on in there that they don't want exposed. Other than that, you can only say it. You could call home and tell your people this and tell your people that. And most of the time, they're going to feel like you are exaggerating or you embellishing or whatever. But when you can actually see it, and I've seen some crazy things that I would like to do a reaction to, but, you know, it's so violent and so crazy that, you know, it probably, you know, won't even be able to go on my YouTube. But I've seen it. I've seen online where dudes got these cell phones and they're filming you know, altercations. They filming knife fights. They filming, you know, dudes getting hit with that Bethlehem. They filming, you know, gang riots and fights. And I mean, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They in behind their door and just filming this stuff with the cell phone. If these people found these cell phones, you know, and knew what was going out there, I don't understand how they get away with it. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like to me being in social media is so big that somebody that work in the institution might see it and know, oh, this is our institution, oh, this that building or whatever. That's what my mind would be thinking. But obviously these dudes is not worried about that because, like I say, they filming and posting every day with all of this stuff on there. So it's amazing to me, man. And it's so different than what it was when I was in there because, like I say, When I first had a phone, man, it was only a few dudes on the whole compound that might have had a phone, and if they did, they was super secretive with it. As time went on, from the time I had my first cell phone and I started going to other institutions, I started seeing, the cell phone, game was getting bigger and bigger. More and more people had cell phones. More and more people was getting looser and looser with cell phones. That's why they was getting tore off. But in Virginia, when you was getting caught with a cell phone, sometimes depending on how much time you had, if you didn't have like a life sentence or something like that, they was gonna give you a street charge, man, to take you to court and give you some more time for having that cell phone. 2 to 3, I think it was 3 to 5 or 2 to 5 years for having that cell phone. So that's a big risk to take, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you got a release date. If you didn't have a release date, they feel like it won't even necessary or worth the court's money to take you to court over a cell phone because, you might not get out anyway. But it was going on your record. It was going on your jacket. You see what I'm saying? But you was definitely going to the kangaroo court inside the prison and getting locked up and getting shipped up to the next level, whatever it may be. If you're on a 3, you're going to a 4. If you're on a 4, you're going to a 5. A 5, you're going to a 6, so on and so forth. But these dudes don't seem like they faced with that type of threat. They you know what I'm saying? It don't bother them. They like, they doing what they do. Like I said, if you could have, you got dudes on there, man. They got they got Facebook pages and Instagram pages, and I'm like, man, they Super Bowl. Being locked up and having this. You Super Bowl. They on Twitter and all of this. I ain't even on all of this stuff, and if I'm on it, I don't know nothing about it. But it's just crazy to me, man. It's just a big contrast to what it was like when I was in there and the things that I had to go through, man, to just survive with that phone, man. It's like they doing it so loose. And also, too, man, they paint a false narrative of prison, man. Because you'll get these young dudes out here and they'll look at that and they'll think prison is fun and games. Oh, they in there just rapping. They in there just kicking it laid back and they can get phones in there. Man, no. No, do not believe that, man. It's not like that. I'm telling you. And then when I see these videos, the ones that I have seen anyway, it looks more to me like a road camp, more to me like, a lower level prison. I ain't seen none that I can recall that look like it's in a higher level facility, a maximum security prison, because you couldn't even get all the dudes to be in these videos that I seen in a maximum security prison because we got cells and not dorms. And then even in cells, you're not going to have that many people in there without somebody, drawing some attention to themselves or the police knowing that, hey, where all these people that they in one cell. It's just not even possible. You know what I'm saying? But, and then again, I don't know what states these be in because they loose, but they ain't that loose to say, oh yeah, well we in Arkansas or we in Atlanta or they don't do all of that. But I'm just assuming the way social media is so big and how this stuff come across your feed that they assuming the risk that it won't come across nobody that's on social media that might work there and recognize that and then run down on them, man. But maybe the penalties in these other places is less than it is in Virginia. If you get caught with that phone in Virginia, they're gonna crucify you. I can testify to that because I've been crucified for having it. So yeah, it's just so different, man. And just being removed from prison, man. Today, ow, boom, boom, boom. Today alone, man. 3-year anniversary, man. I've been out here 3 years, man. Thank God. And just 3 years removed, man. It's a testament to how much prison changed. That's what I be telling y'all. Prison changed from year to year to year to year, from prison to prison to prison. Everything be different. Everything be different, man. It's like you can never understand it or you can never get a grasp of what's going on. Every day you in prison is a learning experience. Every day you in there is a survival experience because, everything is always changing. And you got to understand that you're dealing with so many different personalities, so many different attitudes, so many different type of cultures that anything can happen at any time, man. And if there's no blueprint to surviving this thing besides being on point and going from day to day and just always being ready, staying ready so you don't have to get ready. Because man, it's just a different world, man. And I know I be trying to explain it to y'all, but I feel like I don't have the proper skills to articulate it, good enough to paint the picture where you can understand. But just to see the things that have changed since then, and they selling these phones now in prison, man. Prison, man. You could get a phone in prison, man. When I was in there, you might could buy a good phone for $500-$600. You know what I'm saying? You might can. If you couldn't get a police to bring you one in or something like that, you might can buy one for $500-$600, maybe $1,000, depending on what kind it was. But man, they getting them phones in there now, man. From my understanding, man, they selling phones for like $2,500. You know what I'm saying? You can go buy a Walmart phone and what you do, add in minutes and stuff to it and get it in prison and sell it for $2,000. This is the need and the urgency for people to be able to reach out to other people that's in the outside world. You know what I'm saying? And then you take that and you turn it around and look at it like people is willing to do that. And in prison, man, $2,000 is, man, that's a lot of money. In prison, that's a lot of money, man. I'm talking about you can survive in prison for almost a year and a half or almost about half a year with that type of money. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just gonna supply for yourself and eat and stuff, that's a lot of money. So for somebody to fork that amount of money down just to get a phone tells you the urgency and the need for them to feel like they got some type of freedom to be able to reach out into the free world. This is how what's the word? This is how depressing and draining prison is. That people willing to spend that type of money that they may not get for a long time in prison, and just to do that, to be able to reach out to people. This is why you don't want to go to prison, because you don't even want to be in that position where you feel like your need to reach out in the free world to even just to keep your sanity, or to know that somebody out there really care about you, or to be able to talk to somebody out there, without having to go to the wall phone and pay all these high rates. If you willing to, that's how bad people want the outside world, man. That's how bad they want to get out here in freedom, to touch somebody out here in freedom, to talk to somebody out here in freedom, to be able to see them, to be able to FaceTime, to be able to watch, see what the house look like since they've been gone, see what the streets look like, see what look like when you go out to eat, to see the food. That's how bad the need is to do that. The dudes is willing to take them chances and to put themselves out there like that, man, and just to be able to do that. That's what my whole thing was, to be able to see the outside world, to talk to people that I hadn't talked to in years and decades. You know what I'm saying? To be able to see things that I hadn't seen in years and decades. To me, that was monumental, man. That gave me a lot of hope. It gave me a lot of, things to look forward to. When you can actually see it, it made it real. Because when you behind them walls for so long, and you've been deprived of so many things and so many, just even visuals, that all you see is bars and concretes and violence, and that stuff oversaturates your brain, man. When you start to feel like you're not human, you start to feel like you're alone, you start to feel like even the people that's out there with you, they living their life, but you don't even know them no more. You don't even know what's going on with them. You can't even comprehend what they be talking about, because you so caught up in this life that you living, which you have to be. So when the phones came into play in the prison, and then, you found out you can get like FaceTime and videos and stuff, and you can see this stuff that you ain't been able to see, man. It's like a whole new world opening up for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new world opening up for you. So, like I say, that's just a part of doing time, man. When you ain't seen nothing, you ain't been nowhere, you couldn't go here, you couldn't go there, and then to be able to see it, people can go and they could be traveling, and they could be a FaceTime, they could be at this place or this restaurant or this club, or this a person you went to high school with. Look, I mean, heck, it's just it blows your mind, man. It blows your mind. It blew minds. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I had been in prison for decades and decades before I could even understand what a phone was, or even was able to know that you could get a phone in prison. So I can understand the draw to the phone. People want it in prison, but the risk in Virginia is just so high. Because after I got caught with that second cell phone, you couldn't have gave me one. You couldn't have gave me one. With all that I had to go through and the punishment that they put me under and the places that I was in, that's what got me to Wallace Reed. You couldn't have gave me a phone. I didn't want no another one because I didn't want to assume the risk. You see what I'm saying? I didn't want to assume that. But now as I look online and I see how these dudes is operating and how, the phone is just like, it's like automatic now. You be on when I was on the institution, like I say, if you could find 5 or 6 phones when I first had one, 5 or 6 phones on the whole institution, that was crazy. Nowadays, from what I understand, they finding hundreds of phones within a month period. You see what I'm saying? So all of that has changed, man. In just 3 little years, man. 3 little years, that much has changed in prison, man. And I don't know what they doing out there now, man. I don't know what they doing in there, but it's a dangerous game, man. It was when I was in it. Yeah, but the game done changed, man. Times change and the game done changed, man. But one thing remains the same, man. Prison is a dungeon, man, and it's not meant for nobody. Just the risk that you have to take every day, man. Just to have a cell phone. Just imagine being out here in this world that you out here now, and everybody that you see, kids, everybody that you see has a cell phone and has no worries about having a cell phone. Now, in this same world over here, everybody who got a cell phone is in danger. They're in danger of getting caught. They're in danger of, getting more charges. They're in danger of getting some more time just for having something that's out here in the free world that's just so, open that everybody has it. This is how much your life has been reduced to when you were in prison. You know what I'm saying? Even the things out here that's just common and normal, and they're illegal. Cigarettes, illegal. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's legal out here is illegal in prison because prison is designed to make you miserable, to make you without, to make you suffer. You see what I'm saying? So they don't want you to have nothing in there that might give you just the normal leisure pleasure that everybody out here in the free world is used to. This is prison life, man. And this is why I preach what I preach, man, because I don't want to see people in that position, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be in that position if you out here in the free world. You never have to be in that position where you got to go through all of these things. And this is why I talk about it on this channel. This is why I preach about it, because it's a terrible life, man. It is a terrible life, and it's not what you see on social media. It's not these dudes you see on there flossing and acting all crazy and, oh, yeah, we up in here, but we still got it going on, or we still ain't don't nothing change. Yeah, right. when that phone cut off and they stop, they go right back to try to hide it. They go right back to doing what they got to do in prison. They go right back to eating, this garbage food. They go right back to having to wonder what's gonna happen tomorrow. If somebody gonna come out there with that Bethlehem, if they gonna beef, if they gonna have to fight, if they gonna get to arguing with the police, if they gonna get all of that, and then some. So it's not what you see. Don't never get caught up in what you see, because there's always something behind what you see, man. And I think they putting out some false narratives, man, to prison, man, by putting that stuff out there. But I cannot tell another person how to do their time, and I can't tell them what to do. But I'm just telling you from my experience, that was something that I would have never done. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have never done, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I was nervous perfect the whole time I had it. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I was nervous. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I stayed on point, and I had to. You know what I'm saying? I had to, but it's a different game now. It's a different game, and I guess some of these places is in different states, and they got different rules, and it is what it is. But man, make no mistake about it, man. Prison is just it's ever changing. You know what I'm saying? It's ever changing, but one thing remains the same: the danger and the misery. That remains the same. I don't care where you at, because if you're not out here in the free world and able to move on your own and do what you want to do and go and come as you please, then you in misery. If you can't touch your loved ones, if you can't touch your kids, your grandkids, you can't hug your mother, that's misery. That's misery, man. So just because you're able to get a cell phone, it gives you a lot more insight into what's going on out in the world. But guess what? It's just insight. You can't indulge in none of it. You can't be out there. You can't teleport yourself out there. You can't. You can only see things, and in some ways, it might make you feel even more miserable because you cannot be there. When you see people out there having actual fun, real fun, enjoying themselves, real laughs, family meetings, cookouts, and going places, and it might make you even more miserable. It might make you even more melancholy, man, when you can see that stuff. So it all works on people different ways, man. But for me, it gave me hope because I knew what was going on there. I didn't have to hear about it. I could actually see it, But man, yeah, that phone thing is crazy in prison right now, man. It is crazy in prison right now, and I just wanted to speak on it because I saw it. I see it a lot on social media. And then, like I say, some of the things I've talked about, you got dudes in there, they filming these violent attacks. They filming these violent incidents. I've seen things on there, man, that I've seen in real life. And I've seen things on the internet now that got millions of views because of the violent nature of what they was watching. I've seen it, but I've actually seen it in real life. So it's nothing that I even really want to see again. It's nothing that even fascinates me because I've lived that life. I've been around that, and I don't want no more parts of it. But I guess to the outside world, it's the same thing. Like the dudes that's in there, they fascinated with what's going on out here. But the only difference is they've been out here before. They had an opportunity to be out here before. So they fascinated because they want to see what's still going on. They want to get back out here. But when people out here see what's going on in there, 90% of them have never experienced that. 90% of them have never been on the inside. So I understand the fascination, but it's not a life, man, that people want to actually live. So I guess they prefer to look at it and see for themselves. And then it changes the narrative of what people tell you that prison is really, what it's really like. You know what I'm saying? It ain't TV stuff. People are dying in there, man. People are getting, brutally attacked. And most of the time it's over petty stuff. It's over petty stuff, but it's all because of the situation. It's all because of the conditions. It's all because of the position that we put ourselves in. So, man, this is why I implore y'all, man, to stay free, man, to be smart, be safe, make good decisions, and stay free. Stay in this outside world, man. It ain't perfect out here, but I'm guarantee you is a whole lot better than what's going on the inside of there, man. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, man, and get that to y'all, man. I'm gonna get y'all some more stories out soon. I'm gonna bring y'all some of these people that y'all been asking about that I wanted to talk about. But I wanted to kind of, just drop a message on y'all today, man. Being that it's my 3-year anniversary out here, I'm proud, I'm humbled to be out here for this long. The 3 years do seem like it's been longer, but it's only been actually 3 years. So I'm humbled and I'm grateful. And TBP, man, y'all have made this transition so beautiful. Y'all have made it so worthwhile, man. And I look forward to, chopping it up with y'all every day. And that's a part of my life. It's a part of my lifestyle, So let's keep it going, man. We on the road to 100K. Let's get there. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna stop, can't stop. We gotta reach them and teach them and save them. So we out here. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And duck them hooks and duck the penitentiary, man, because it ain't where you wanna be. Boom, 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 boom. We out here, baby. Peace. Love y'all. Bye.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.